Hello everyone, my name is Matt Hellickson. I'm a physical therapist and athletic trainer here at Ellenville Regional Hospital, and I'm here today to talk to you a little bit about kind of overall health. We're going to touch on blood pressure, what your pulse is and how you can take it, hydration and an easy way to check it, and the importance of good nutrition. So first off, we'll talk a little bit about blood pressure. So your blood pressure is very important, and basically it's just how your body is moving the blood through the system. So it's kind of difficult to check because you need a little bit of equipment, so we'll just talk about what equipment you would need. There's two ways to take it. One is the machines you've probably seen if you go to the doctor's office, or sometimes they're in a grocery store where you put your arm in, it squeezes down a little bit, and then kind of gently lets off. And what that's checking for is checking to see how hard your body is pushing the blood and how hard your body is pushing back on the arteries. So a good number is 120 over 80. That's kind of what we're aiming for. So the 120 is how hard the heart is pushing, and the 80 is how hard the body is pushing back on your arteries. Now, pulse is a lot easier. Our pulse is that kind of beating you can feel all day long. So if you take your wrist and you take two fingers, you don't want to use your thumb because your thumb actually has a pulse. So you take two fingers and you go on your wrist just to the outside, not all the way to the edge where that bone is, but just inside, and you put your two fingers, you're going to feel it kind of tapping into your finger. That's your pulse. So what you want to do is you want to count to 6 and count how many times in that 6 seconds you feel your heartbeat, and then just add a 0 on that, and that'll tell you how many times in a minute your heart's beating. Another easy way to take it is on your neck. So if you go right in the center, you can feel that kind of knot in the center of your throat. You want to come just to the side of that and put your two fingers, again, no thumbs, and you're going to feel the same thing there, maybe even a little more than your wrist because you're closer to your heart now. And you're going to feel that same kind of thunk, thunk, thunk in your fingers, and you want to count that how many times in 6 seconds, and then just add a 0. So those are two really easy ways you can check that anytime. And it's fun. You can check it when you wake up, you can check it while you're running around, you can check it when you first stand up, and they're all going to be different because our heart rate changes throughout the day. And with activities it changes as well. Now another very important thing is our hydration. And there's a super easy way to check this, and it's a little gross, but just bear with me. So when we go to the bathroom, it is different colors depending on how hydrated we are. So when you get done, you should look, and it should be the color of kind of like a clear to like a very light watered down lemonade. That's how we know we're hydrated, and that's what we want. When it starts getting darker yellow and starting to turn like a brown color, that's really bad. So we got to make sure you get plenty of fluids, and fluids have to be water and things like that. Fluid doesn't mean go grab a soda or some juice or anything like that. We really want to stick to water when we need to get hydrated. And it's very important. Again, this one changes throughout the day. It changes with your activity, and it changes with what we eat. So it's a very important thing that we should monitor throughout our day to make sure we're healthy and running at our optimal performance. So going along with that, another really important thing is our food and our nutrition. So our bodies are a machine. And the biggest thing about a machine is it only puts out what it gets in. So if you're not putting good things in your body's not going to give you really good things back. So we want to make sure that what we eat is good food and in moderation, because we don't want to eat too much. So the biggest things that we want to avoid or try to limit is our sugars, our carbs, and desserts, which falls in sugars, but they're also not real great for us. So there's a lot of things, but one of the greatest things as a resource you can use is a website. So you can ask your parents, and your parents can go on for you if they like, but it's called Rate My Plate. And it's a really good resource to go and look at to see just how much we should have. So you should really have, as far as meat, like the size of a deck of cards, which isn't a lot. And you'll find when you start paying attention to this and you go to a restaurant that most times when we eat, we're not even close to the proportions or ratios we should be eating in. So it's a really good way to kind of learn what we are supposed to do so that we know when we're not doing it. So that was a really concise way to look at blood pressure, pulse, our hydration, and what we should eat. And you'll find when you start paying attention to these things that the things you eat and the things you drink are going to affect your hydration, and they're going to affect your blood pressure and pulse. So it's a fun way to kind of learn our bodies, learn what they need, and learn what they don't need. So give it a shot. Try it throughout the day, and it's fun. You can sit and compare with a friend, see what theirs is, see what yours is, and it's a great way to learn yourself and to learn how your body works. Have a great day, everyone, and we'll see you next time.